Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode, powered by Hayabusa, is about 3 different ways that you can pivot for your round kicks. All right, in today's episode, we're talking about ways to pivot for your round kick. Recently, I posted a video on, am I throwing my low kicks right? That was the whole discussion. I don't always pivot my kick so much. Sometimes I don't pivot, sometimes I half pivot, sometimes I fully commit. But I'm gonna teach you 3 different ways that you can pivot for your round kicks. Depending on the situation, some will work better than the other. So when I break them down, you will see which one will benefit you in what situation, okay? So the first 2 I'm gonna teach you is gonna be with the body kick, okay? And I'm gonna use my rear round kick to start. Now, the way most of the people teach you, okay, is making sure, 1, you're on the ball of the foot, which is very important. The biggest mistake people make when throwing their round kick, they might step on the ball of the foot, they kick, and then their heel falls down. So it kind of eliminates the full pivot. Now, at Bazooka here, I always teach you to step, because stepping before you kick is what weight transfer is. If I'm just standing here and then trying to kick, I'm really forcing it. I want to be able to throw the kick as fast and as powerful as possible, right, without having to labor the kick, which means if I'm standing here and all of a sudden I'm forcing the technique. I want the same amount of power, even more speed, but with less the effort. So I'm going to show you the different ones. Now, I'm always going to step into from a defensive stance, right, which is where I can block. I step offensively. I'm on the ball of my foot. Now, this is the one most of you are going to learn. I step to the center line of my partner on that ball of the foot. Now, I push off my rear cap. As I push, I'm going to pivot. I like to say 90 degrees. A big mistake people would make is over pivoting. If I over pivot, right, when I talk about pivoting, I want 90 degrees. Boom. Okay? If I over pivot, it's hard for me to come back to my stance, and at this point I can be countered, and defensively I become compromised. So from my stance, I take a step on the ball of the foot, the most important part. 90-degree pivot with the front foot, pivot, and then I come back to a straight foot. Okay? Now as you notice, I exited as well, so I enter, 90-degree pivot, and I exit out. Now I can repeat. So step on the ball, pivot 90 degrees, and then return back to my stance, okay? So that is what I would call almost the full pivot kick, okay? Your classic one you'll learn. Now, one to make it a little bit easier, okay? Sometimes you want to maybe throw it a little quicker. And sometimes I'll change the angle of the kick. So when I full pivot, right, you'll notice I get nice round technique. Now, sometimes I might half pivot, which would be my 45-degree pivot, okay? Now, don't confuse this with my 45 kick I teach a lot. The 45 kick is the angle of the kick. The 45 pivot is the positioning of my foot. Now, I will use the 45 pivot a lot when I'm throwing that 45 kick because I don't really want the kick to come around. I want a little bit of an up angle so I can get underneath the elbows. Now, the benefit of this is, look, I'm going to step right into that 45-degree pivot. So first one, we're stepping straight and then pivoting. This one here, I'm just going to step right away onto that angle. So right here, boom. So automatically it opens up my hips, so it's a little bit quicker now. So again, I'm going to do the first one, then the second one so you can see the difference. Step on the ball, straight foot, 90-degree pivot back. The second one, boom, I step on a 45 and then I launch right away, okay? So first one, a little slower, more powerful. Then the second one, boom, right onto that pivot. Okay, you can already see the speed difference that I can really launch from that. So I'm stepping into my pivot. Now, you can, if you really wanted to, okay, you can step on a 45 here, boom, and then what I do is I'll give it a little snap, 45 to 90 to just get that little bit of a turnover if you want it at the end of your kick, but that is up to you, okay? So one step, full pivot, full round. Second one, stepping on that 45 to be able to get that quicker kick. Now, the last one I'm gonna teach you is gonna be off of a low kick. Now, this is what I call my chopping step. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to step right into a full pivot. And you're going to use this kick once you know the leg is hurt. This is the one you want to punish the leg and get that big finishing style with. Now, you'll notice on this one, I want to hit higher up on my shin, closer to my knee, is because that's where you get most of that damage from. So I'm going to be trying to cut down. So what I'm going to do is he's going to give me her leg. So it's a chop step. I'm not stepping then kicking, I'm gonna put them together. So I step and chop at the same time. Boom, okay? So I'm jumping, it's not jumping, I wanna say I'm chop stepping, okay? So 1, 2 would be my timing for it, okay? And if you notice, when I do my chopping step, 90-degree pivot, okay? I automatically end on 90 degrees, okay? So that's the key to this one. I'm stepping into that 90-degree right away, trying to bring the angle of my kick down. Boom, okay? I get more power that way. Boom. Okay, so recap it here for you, 3 different ways to pivot. The first one is the one most likely you're gonna learn first. I step straight on the ball of my foot, I full pivot and come back. The second, I'm just gonna step with a 45-degree foot, okay? Boom, right from here, I just kick and automatically my rear leg's gonna follow the path that my front foot created, okay? 45 step, boom. The third one here, I chop step onto the leg, bang, right into my 90 degrees. So now when I mix them up quickly, okay, you can really see the difference. Full 45 chop step. Okay, 3 different ways to mix in your pivot. Each one has a different scenario which will benefit you. Mix them up. And the key thing I always want you to remember, there's not just one way to throw a kick. You got to mix them up. Change the angles, change the pivot, change the speed, changing your power. Each situation is going to be different, okay? So make sure you know the variety of kicks and pivots to help you out. All right, so make sure you support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Make sure you support our sponsors. We have Hayabusa. By going to Hayabusa Fight, make sure you check out their T3 boxing gloves, my personal favorite. And we have Perfect Sports Nutrition. Use code Bazooka20 to get 20% off your supplements. Make sure you use their BCAAs and their proteins as a daily supplement for yourselves. And last but not least, we have bazookatraining.com, online curriculum taught by me, and you get brand new videos every single Monday. Right now, we're giving you 4 videos every Monday. We got bag workouts, home workouts, tutorials, and sparring drills for you. So any equipment you have, training partner, no training part, there's curriculum and learning for you, all taught by me. And the best part of it is less than $10 a month, $9.99 USD, and you get online curriculum taught by me. You learn a little bit here, but the main curriculum happens at bazookatraining.com. All right, we'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, 1, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website is going to give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're going to be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.